Football, football all the time. That's the Manchester watchword. And how these boys put it into action.
No doubt about it, Manchester were in cup-winning form.
United they call them, and United they are. And that's what won them the cup.
The Busby Babes were raring to go.
And it's in the net. United, speedy and clever.
The Manchester men are now like 11 tigers who have all tasted blood. What a match. What a team.
Put through by Greenhoff. Pearson shot, goal! The goal! Wyside! Hughes! A fantastic goal by Hughes! Schmeichel! He's playing the goal!
Come rain or shine at Manchester United, there's always next season to think about. £10 million makes Dutchman Jaap Stam the world's most expensive defender. The future's bright, the future's red. Alex Ferguson talks exclusively to Manchester United on video. Remember, the first Champions League game is on August the 12th.
Well, it's a penalty for not being winners. I won't want to be second next year.
The eyes have it, Phil Neville at home, delivering home truths on the good old days.
The dietitian used to bring dolly mixtures and jelly babes into the dressing room, and they used to, like, a full box used to be emptied in 2 minutes.
We're talking hoop dreams in the land of the giants. Nicky Butt firing them in from every angle. I is for Irish, heroes all.
Oh, I say! It's amazing!
We go star spotting again. Jonathan Greening, the latest red youngster to come under focus. And a simple message from United fans everywhere.
Let them polish it up for a little bit and then we'll have it back next year.
Find out what's number one out of 101 memorable United goals this season. What a choice. Everyone a beauty.
Oh, I don't believe that!
Defeat by Arsenal in the league had shifted the balance of power at the top of the Premiership table. Suddenly the destiny of the title was out of United hands. They just had to keep on winning and hope the Gunners would start misfiring.
It's a good early distribution by Gow, and it might fall perfectly for Andy Cole. He's still there, Cole! Saved by Neil Sullivan with his leg. Imploring Manchester United to press forward. Gary Neville in unfamiliar territory. Left foot! To the crowd at Old Trafford, perhaps beginning to sense that Manchester United are really taking a grip now on this match, but they've still got to score. Beckham gets another chance from the corner. Chipped in, tried to beat Sullivan, who clawed it away with the fingertips. Philip Neville. Solskjaer. Dennis Irwin. Andy Cole, good break by Cole, the best chance! Johnson, yes! Ronnie Johnson! If ever a goal was needed by Manchester United, that was it. A chance here for the young winger, on as a substitute to stretch his legs. Faced by Chris Perry. Gets around the first man. Still Thornley. Chip to the back post. Beckham! Scholes makes it sure. (2-0 Manchester United. The goal in added on time from the forehead of Paul Scholes, with Wimbledon committed to going forward and looking for the equaliser.
It was a crucial goal, and it was right at the end of the game, and the celebration was great. I love that. It's nice scoring goals. Before I played up front, then, well, I didn't score many goals then either, but a little bit more than I scored now.
Neville looking for his first goal for Manchester United. He's got it!
The 1982 World Cup song, I think, was it Bulldog Bobby? I think it was a big LP. I think my dad bought it for me. I don't think we've still got it, but I can remember at the time thinking it was a good football song.
Did you sing along to any of the songs in it?
I think so, yeah. The Nottingham Forest kit, when they won the European Cup, I think it was red, and I remember when I was just about to sign for United, the day before Nottingham Forest came in and asked me if I wanted to sign for them, and I thought it was fate because it was my first kit really, but I signed for United. Last season in the dressing room, the dietitian used to bring dolly mixtures and jelly babes into the dressing room, and they used to a full box used to be emptied in 2 minutes. Started at left wing. I think I started there because my favourite number was number 11. My dad used to run a Sunday League team for my brother really, and I played for that team, and I scored quite a few goals, and this season the bosses, I've played at left wing again, and I'd love to play there all the time. My first game was against Wrexham in the FA Cup. We won 5-2. I set up the first goal for Ryan Giggs.
So Scholes, good ball. Oh, that's beautifully done. Giggs has scored it. Classic move.
I hit the post soon after, and I thought I did okay.
Can he cut it back? Oh, he hit the inside of the post. Philip Neville, is he going to remember his debut?
What did the newspaper reports give you out of 10?
7s. Yeah, I've not got much better than a 7 since then either, so 7s, I'm steady-headed. I think it has to be a cheese and onion, something like that. I like cheese and onion toasties or something, or my cooking skills go as far as toast and tea and cornflakes and milk. And I managed to put the sugar on top of my cornflakes as well. So that's about it really. My first wage was £29.50. It was an apprentice wage when I was 16. You can't buy much really for £29.50, but I think I bought a pair of trainers. Straight away I think, your first week, you get it on the Thursday or Friday, and by the Saturday you're broke again. Seabrook crinkled crisps, and I like the tomato flavour. It's like once you have one packet, I can finish off the whole box really. Everyone thinks my first goal was against Chelsea, but my first goal was actually in the Umbro Trophy in a pre-season tournament.
And Philip Neville is steaming forward here, and he'll get forward into the area. Can he round it off? He certainly can. That's a magnificent goal by the young England fullback. It's his first ever for United.
I got slaughtered after the game for my celebrations. There was a minute to go and everyone thought that I celebrated as if I'd won the cup final.
Have you got one worked out for the next goal?
Well, I know if I beat Gary to 2 goals, I think I'll probably run straight over to him and let him know about it.
Ewood Park and Blackburn Rovers, the next major hurdle for United. Thankfully, Alex Ferguson was able to welcome back Peter Schmeichel, Gary Pallister and Ryan Giggs into the lineup after injury. And though slow to start, the Reds fairly galloped to a finish.
Duff.
right, isn't he? He surprises Neville, goes past Scholes, quite clearly he's pulled to the floor.
And Chris Sutton with the opportunity to give Blackburn the lead. 1-0 to Blackburn. Giggs is well placed in the middle. He's got into a great position. Oh, that is a magnificent goal by Andy Cole. Brilliant.
One-on-one against Honcho. Cole gets the better of him, comes inside, drills it past Fetis. That is a brilliant goal. First chance he's had in the game, he makes it all by himself, comes inside in, cross Fetis, absolutely brilliant. What a finish. What a reaction from Alex Ferguson.
And what a game we have now. On his 100th Premiership appearance for Manchester United, Andy Cole has scored his 43rd league goal for them. His 23rd of this season. Wilcox looking for Damien Duff, who hesitated, and Gary Neville steps in. Scholes in the penalty box. Beckham looked to pick him out. Oh, it's a goal! Manchester United take the lead. Paul Scholes.
What a great early ball again from Beckham. It completely deceives Hendry. There it goes, in behind. Off his knee.
Duff gets plenty of air on this one. A tremendous heading effort there by Colin Hendry, but Schmeichel stopped on his line. Sherwood and Kenner now. Lovely little return ball. And Blackburn got a lucky break here and could get a goal. Schmeichel with an excellent save. Header by Pallister. Giggs wins it from Sherwood. It's a great ball. Beckham can clinch it here. Manchester United are back in control.
What fantastic energy that boy's got. We're in injury time. He's made a great forward run. Giggs has picked him out. It's that position again in behind Wilcox. Has been a problem all night for Blackburn, but what a glorious finish. He must have tired legs, but he's calm, he's cool, he picks his spot, and really, there's no coming back from that. 3-1, game, set and match for United.
In the first half they were outplayed, outthought, and I have to say that particularly in the first half, that's the best performance of any team that's played against us for 2 or 3 years. I thought Blackburn were absolutely magnificent. And to be honest with you, we were left trailing in a wake for so long in the game. I think we had to improve in the second half. I think they let our supporters and themselves down today in the first half. But the second half, obviously, a transformed team.
Did you fire them up yourself at half-time? You made a change, didn't you?
Sometimes you don't need to say anything.
Really? You said nothing at half-time?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Do you think you played like champions in the second half?
No, we fought like champions.
You fought like champions?
Yeah, we didn't play like champions.
True grit and a performance that offered yet another goal of the season contender, this time from Andy Cole. So many great efforts to choose from, so many memorable moments. As always, everybody has a personal favourite.
I would probably have to say Giggs against Juventus.
Andy Cole's when we chipped the keeper against Everton. Great goal, great goal.
I think probably Bex's goal at Anfield was a great goal. That was a great free kick.
The one that gave me the most pleasure was Cole's equaliser against Blackburn.
I think it's got to be Phil Neville's against Chelsea.
There was a lot of goals, more teamwork efforts. You know, the Scholes one against Barnsley was very good.
The build-up for the goal was great, you know. Some great passing and that, you know, and Scholes finished it off really well.
He just dinked it over the goalkeeper's
shoulder, you know. I thought it was a marvellous goal.
And it was a classic example on you keep things basic and easy, but still it ends up being beautiful.
So simple, so effective, devastating. Really expert finish. That by a long, long way is the very best of the lot.
Hughes, Bruce, Ince, Hoist, beaten Cotton, Paul Ince for Manchester United with a superb strike.
And it was none other than Paul Ince who led Liverpool out at Old Trafford to face a United side that really had to win to keep championship hopes alive.
It's Giggs in behind Matteo, first chance for Manchester United. In goes Scholes. It was two chances, neither taken, Giggs and Scholes, and Liverpool very lucky to survive that inside the second minute. Johnson, there you are. One of the smallest Liverpool teams, the side that Roy Evans been putting out recently that many of us can remember, and they're a sucker for the set pieces. And Ronnie Johnson, who got his first Premiership goal recently here against Wimbledon, scores again against Liverpool.
That's a scandalous marking. I talked about the size, but there's no reason why you can't put someone up against Johnson and jump with him. I mean, that's absolutely scandalous.
Murphy. Came off Pallister and Owen will collect it. Three in the centre for Liverpool. Owen going on. Oh, McManaman, can he turn it in?
Oh, what a block, Gary Neville.
Terrific block by Gary Neville.
Oh.
Murphy. McManaman, brilliant pass. You can't say the same about the finish when Manchester United stopped and Liverpool should have equalised. Well, there's hesitation here by Pallister, and is it going to cost them a goal? It is, because Michael Owen has nipped in for the equaliser. McManaman will feel much, much happier. And that's Johnson with the Owen threat. 1-2 with the goalkeeper, but Michael Owen has got to be very careful now. And what's Graham Poll going to do with this? If it's a reach for the top pocket, Michael Owen goes off for a second yellow card. That's a great touch from Murphy. And Leonardson, can he go on here for Liverpool? Cross comes Gary Neville, Leonardson, and a tremendous save by Schmeichel. Scholes. Sheringham, deflection, Cole going in, David May is there, and Rob Jones to the rescue. Are Manchester United going to let two home points slip? Or will Alex Ferguson see real drama here at Old Trafford right at the end? Beckham. That's Sheringham. It comes for Scholes. It's still Scholes! Oh.
Right, that can only be inches. That can only be inches. He's 99% right in everything he does here. Great little skill there. Hits it across Friedel. The faintest touch from anyone it's in. This must be inches from giving United the lead. Just that's the bend it's in.
The legendary Pelé had been a special guest at the game. The following day, hundreds queued outside, as inside the great Brazilian was on hand to help open the new Manchester United Museum located in the North Stand. Some of Pelé's own memorabilia adding to one very impressive collection.
This makes 751 first-team appearances for Bobby, all for United, with a total of 245 goals scored.
In my time in Brazil, they all remember George Best, they all remember Bob Charlton as a big name with Manchester United. That means 25, 30 years ago. The new generation, of course, are going to have different players, but still Manchester United is the biggest in the world.
So rare though, no major silverware for the first team this season. Happily though, the A-team came up trumps yet again. That's the same A-team that spawned so many current international stars. They've won their league for the 5th time in 6 years. David Williams is the man in charge, and he's seen many of his squad loaned out to lower division clubs to gain valuable first-team experience. Mark Wilson was outstanding in Wrexham's midfield. David Brown was equally impressive at Hull City. It's become a successful policy for United. Graham Tomlinson is looking increasingly sharp down at Millwall. And Grant Brebner spent time with Hibernian in Scotland and Cambridge. You can't buy this kind of experience.
If we'd not won it, I would have been very disappointed. I think when I arrived, certainly we had a very strong squad. That's changed a little bit as the season's gone on. 1 or 2 players have either moved up a grade and played in the reserves more, or have moved on loan to other clubs, or in the case of Andy Duncan, a loan and then a transfer to Cambridge. So the squad has sort of slimmed down a little bit, as far as I'm concerned, with the ones I can pick from. But what it's enabled us to do is to bring players through from the younger side and push them into the A-team, which is good experience, and that's the way it needs to be.
And United are still looking to strengthen the youth setup. Jonathan Greening had made just a handful of starts for York when United swooped to sign him. A wonderful opportunity for him, and he's responded accordingly.
Big jump for him in many ways, from York up to Manchester United. But he's fitted in well. He's done quite well in the games that he's played. He's a strong lad. He's got a little bit of a turn of pace, I think, which is quite deceptive. 2 good feet, and I think he has got an eye for goal.
Obviously I was nervous and that because I wanted to impress, and I trained with the young lads for 2 days and trained with the first team for 2 days, which was really good experience, because training with people like Giggsy and Beckham and that, it's just unbelievable, and I felt like I did okay, you know what I mean.
Being modest, were you surprised that things work out and they came in for you?
I was very surprised, to be fair, because they only buy good players, you know what I mean, so I was really excited to be bought by Alex Ferguson, because it's a great honour for me. But I've got to show him that I'm good enough to get into the first team eventually, but there's so much I've got to work on, you know what I mean, so I'll just have to wait and see.
The reserves missed out narrowly in the Pontins League, so many first-team injuries helping to sap their resources somewhat. The goal-scoring names reflecting the strength in depth though. Alex Notman topping the charts with 11 goals, getting better all the time. The B team Well, they finished 5th in their league, having scored an amazing 110 goals, and that can't be bad. Paul Wheatcroft with 25, though everybody else chipping in. Back up top, more problems for Peter Schmeichel. The hamstring injury he couldn't shake off. Raymond van der Houw coming on as substitute against Newcastle, with his side already 1-0 down.
This is David Batty. Speed. No flag. Anderson. And the goal given. Manchester United look at each other in despair. Schmeichel can't believe it. I have to say that Speed looked offside to me, but play was allowed to continue. Owen. Giggs. Determination in the end brings the equaliser. Giggs cross. David Beckham's acrobatics. Fine headed goal. This is Philip Neville. Good ball by Scholes to Gary Neville. Got a slight deflection, out by Albert, only to Scholes. Good strike, good save. Sheringham, blocked on the line, turn away. Solskjaer, brilliant stop, blocked again, turned away by Davisas. Deflected shot from Giggs, and suddenly there is a bit of life in Manchester United. Won by Pearce, but this is Beckham. This is Pallister. That's a good strike, and it's a fine save by Shea Given. Mass ranks the red shirts forward. Out by Pearce. This is Ketzbar, if he can play the ball out, which he can. This is Rob Lee, running from his own half, chased by Solskjaer of all people. That's a foul, and Solskjaer will be sent off for that. It's a sad end for Manchester United. The challenge was poor by Solskjaer. He thought he had to take some action, he couldn't get to Rob Lee, and Solskjaer is sent off.
A desperate attempt to keep championship hopes alive. Rightly or wrongly, Ollie Solskjaer received a standing ovation as he trudged so disconsolately from the field. But in their heart of hearts, the fans knew the hopes of a third successive Premiership crown had all but disappeared. So difficult when you're so used to success. Arsenal were now a point ahead, 2 games in hand. They'd won 7 on the spin. Made in Manchester, the city boasts the biggest football club in the country, and now the basketball team is following suit. Many of the Manchester Giants stars follow Manchester United, and now the admiration is being reciprocated. Nicky Butt's a basketball nut.
Oh, fair dues, what are you doing here? Did you play at school, did you, like?
Just at school, yeah.
Yeah. Who's your team then?
Chicago Bulls, I think it's probably everybody's team, mate. They're so good. But I like watching them and having team.
Do you see them on the telly, or have you ever seen them live or anything like that?
Never seen them live, but I've got a special cable thing that you can watch all the live games.
Yeah.
So I don't watch that every time they play.
There's some athletes, aren't they, really, these days?
think we do a lot in the gym, weights, free weights. I think we do a lot of that because they've all got big physique up top.
Bit like you and me, really.
Yeah. But I'd say we do a lot more than in pre-season, but then it's just keeping our fitness level there.
Yeah.
We're getting hammered.
Cut! What are you doing for the summer? Where are you off to?
Hopefully I'm going to try and get to the Caribbean and have a couple of weeks there and just relax. And spend a bit of time at home.
Yeah. Next goal, the winner. Are you tired? Does it get tired?
I think it's more mental than physical. It's a lot. It gets a long season, and I think you just need to have a break. But at the minute, I've missed a few games with injury, so I feel fit as ever.
You should be playing big, mate. You should be in there. Should be in there.
I think being at part of the season, I was quite pleased with performance, and then towards the end, I had a few injuries and in and out of the team, and it's hard to get consistency then. But overall, I think I've done quite well this season.
Yeah, you got that one as well. If you weren't a footballer, would you have made it any other sport?
I'd like to think I would, but I don't think I'd be any good at anything.
Basketball?
No, definitely not after today.
Yes! Well done, Ron. Well done.
Thanks.
Well played. Well done. Good stuff, boys.
The Giants kick off their Budweiser League season on September the 12th. Get along to the 9X Arena and give them your support. Here's Giggs. Ismail beating Cole to the ball, but picked up by Nicky Butt from Manchester United. Oh, that's a great effort. Sheringham finding Cole. On it goes to Scholes. First goal for Manchester United. Paul Scholes the scorer. Inside 6 minutes.
Well, Alex Ferguson absolutely delighted with that start, and really it's all about the run from Paul Scholes. Just look and see him coming from the midfield area. Beautiful play from Andy Cole. Scholes in, one touch, bang.
And another free kick decision goes against the home team, and Cole looking to pick out Sheringham, and out it comes to Nicky Butt. Set it up brilliantly. 2-0 to Manchester United in the 22nd minute.
Well, Nicky Butt's had a couple of chances already in this game. He's blazed a couple over the bar, but really Andy Cole does superbly well here. Really just tries to hook the ball to Teddy Sheringham. It's a half effort that comes out. Just look at the composure here. He shapes the shoot, he takes it inside. Wonderful, wonderful finish.
Well played, David Beckham. He's gone for the counter. Good save. Referee might have to get the old yellow card out here, but in the end, Gordon hits it firmly and turned over the top by Shipley. Sad to say, that might be one of the misses of the season. Beckham. Scholes lining up a shot perhaps, and Sheringham onside, and again couldn't finish, but a terrific save by Miller. And even though a Manchester United victory is pretty much certain now, we have to remind ourselves that Arsenal are still in the driving seat, and 2 wins from them in the 2 matches they have at Highbury this week against Derby County and Everton would make them champions. Here's Scholes for United. Good save, he's still there, and turned in by Cole. And this time the goal does count, and Andy Cole has neatly removed an unwanted record. Palace, remember, the only Premiership team he hadn't scored against. Not now. United had kept their part of the bargain, but Arsenal duly won their next 2 games to take the title. 10 wins in a row, a truly wonderful achievement, but the feeling remained that it was United who'd let it slip from their grasp.
We've lost a lot of silly points at home, drawing to Bolton and losing to Leicester. Bad results.
Injuries, big time injuries. Ryan Giggs, to Roy Keane, obviously.
I don't think United's squad is as strong in terms of depth of squad as people thought it was at the beginning of the season.
Probably if they'd invested 2 or 3 million on a couple of players, we'd have probably been able to get through our sticky patch.
Can't really blame injuries, and I think he was focused too much on the European Cup for me.
Instead of putting like a few reserves out, we should have just kept playing their full strength sides.
Arsenal have played exceptional since for the last 10 games, won them all, so fair play to them. They've won it fair and square, I believe. So
they can have it for a year. Let them polish it up for a little bit, and then they'll have it back next year.
Inside the final furlong, and Queensland Star still just has the edge. Godfari Muka tries to close as they race up towards the line. Queensland Star is lengthening and holds on to make all and go away to win, Queensland Star.
The Sport of Kings and a welcome break for Alex Ferguson on the racetrack. His horse, Queensland Star, successful at Newmarket and then at Chester. Fergie's love of football is followed closely by his love of racing. Typically in both sports, he wants to be the very best.
And a very good price it turned out to me in the betting shops. They really will have been hit. Manchester United, Alex Ferguson, they win this at Bottle, 2-1.
Tell us about, you've had horses for all sorts of people, tell us about having a horse with Alex Ferguson.
Well, he's a marvellous fellow to train for. He's not a minute's trouble, and he knows his kit like he's no fool. But he loves the game. He really loves the game, which is nice, isn't it?
Well, it's the high-profile business of the launch at Newmarket. I've never seen so many people come and see that.
That's right. He's not here today because he's busy. He has another job, you know.
He does, really.
Yeah.
Say cheese for the cameras, and while co-owner Peter Morgan was collecting the prize, Fergie was giving us the lowdown on the season, straight from the horse's mouth.
Obviously, the European thing was a focus on that. But when we had our strongest team, no one was touching us. The form of October, November, December, January, parts of January. But then, when we didn't play our strongest team, we didn't handle it as well as we could have. But then there are valid reasons there. There's no excuses, there are valid reasons. But we're certainly good enough. A lot of critics have said, yeah, he took chances in the league and the cup. I never took any chances in the league. I never played a team that wasn't the strongest of the players available after January. I always try to play my best team in the league. When you're losing players, I can cope with that. I always find a way. I make sure the team is prepared properly. But you don't know how the players playing, handling into big games. They don't have Schmeichel, Pallister, Giggs or Keane. Because basically, they haven't been through that kind of experiences, most of them. So in this situation, they're only 22, 23. They're not in a position to help anyone else. They're still trying to help themselves. They're still learning. So that was a big test for them, really. And that will help them. That will be a great advantage to us, I'm sure. I think the luck in terms of the league itself was down in the Arsenal game. I have to make 2 substitutions in 30 seconds, both defenders. First, Phil Neville, I took him off. He was doing great against Overmars, never gave him a kick. And then I had to take Ronnie Johnson off. A corner kick, their corner kick, which is, you never make substitutions when the opponents have a corner kick. But he seemed to say he was dying, real injured, and I had to come off. By the time we got ourselves adjusted, we were 1-0 down. The ball came out from a corner kick, played back in. Gary went for a header, lost it. David May went for a header, lost it. And Overmars is clear, scored. You should not play a midweek game in between a European tie, point 1. And you should be playing Friday nights or Saturday morning. Possibly you get off with that Saturday morning before a European tie to give you a chance to prepare. But Friday night would be better. All the French teams playing Friday nights, and they keep giving us major games before European ties. Well, twice this season and last season to play Liverpool before European ties, which is absolutely disgraceful. No, I'm not happy at all. No, I've been disappointed in the last 2 years. But that's not a bad thing, because you can't have a system where it's continually churning them out, because they then have nowhere to go. The system chokes. So in a way that the last 2 years has allowed us to clear the decks a bit. But we've got one or two still, Wes Brown, John Curtis. I'm positive they'll be top United players. Young Clegg has come through and done well. My first season at United, I came in November, and so there to the end of the season you're assessing and watching games, and whereas the Sunday People had me signing on 128 players. It was quite amazing. And from the time I came to that summer, in the space of 5-6 months, and you saw this almost every Sunday, and I think the editor must have been in love with Kenny Sampson, but he kept running this story about me signing Kenny Sampson, and we not give in on it every week. Negotiations are almost complete. The players travelling up, or I've met him, and I was never interested in Kenny Sampson. If you're looking at players that you say to yourself you wish you had, then you'd have to say Ronaldo. And we had a chance to take him, you know, but obviously his wages made it prohibitive, being a PLC. But he's the one player that can win the World Cup on his own. No, there's 2 or 3, you know, you had the chance to sign Barnes, I never took it, for instance. And we went for Gascoigne, we went for Shearer, but they turned us down, you know. So you never know, particularly Gascoigne, how it would have turned out for him. Come to Manchester instead of London. It may have been the best thing ever happened to him. Some phenomenal games over the years. We did a great 3-3 game against Liverpool once. We were 10 men, come back from 3-1 down in the second half. Brought Nolan Whiteside on as, you know, he'd just come back from a knee injury, you know, and I put him on the bench, and I came on and devastated the stadium. The 2 or 3 tackles, you know, were X-certificate.
I remember sort of going into a challenge with John Barnes, and his throat accidentally caught my elbow. So we sorted him out early doors, and then Steve McMahon went into a challenge and managed to win the ball as well as make contact with his bottom of his leg. And he sort of calmed down then, and we went on to draw the game 3 each.
But I just concentrate. I'm just concentrating the game. I'm oblivious to what's around me. And people say that, yeah, I'm doing serious because they don't see me laugh and joke during a game, but my memory is in there. My concentration is because I have to memorise everything. I don't take notes down like all managers. I have to make sure I memorise things and account in that. I rely on that.
How many packs of chewing gum are you going through now a game?
1. Just about 1. Maybe 1.5. Depending on the speed of the game. Well, the European Cup has got to be an ambition. This club should be involved in the major Europeans all the time.
August the 12th it starts this year.
I know. Bloody hell. It's a big problem for us because with the players playing the World Cup, it means they don't get any holiday.
How did you address that then?
Well, it's a penalty for not being winners. They'll not want to be second next year.
Well to keep that ball in there, Neville. And they're queuing up on the near post, and in it goes to Giggs! He doesn't get many headers. They're special when they arrive. And that one has given Manchester United a lead in the 6th minute.
What a big part Gary Neville plays in this. It looks like he's gone out for a throw and he slides in, keeps it in play, then looks up and delivers a lovely ball into the box. Giggs attacks it, gives Martin no chance for a downward header into the corner of the net.
Owen allowed a lot of room and provides the cross towards Sheringham, who went down under the challenge.
That's a penalty.
Penalty given.
It had to be a penalty. Ian Hart it was who gave it away, got himself into a bad position, climbed all over Teddy Sheringham. The referee couldn't give anything else but a penalty. There you see it. Absolutely no attempt to go to the ball.
Cole. Used his strength brilliantly there, Andy Cole. May still forward, Beckham with the shot! It's 3!
What a great volley that was from Beckham. Absolutely brilliant technique. Andy Cole does well, turns his marker, tries to go along, gets a lucky deflection, headed out on the volley, beats Martin. He does well here, he gets right over it. Good body action.
And George Graham knows how hard it can be. And this side facing a pretty hopeless task now as McClair knocks one in over the head to Giggs. Should really have been 4.
Made an agreement with Eindhoven for the transfer of Jaap Stam. We have agreed terms with Jaap for 7 years, starting from the 1st of July. It's a record fee for Manchester United, £10,750,000. It's a very easy negotiation, to be honest. Somebody who's desperate to play for us.
Always been a favourite club of mine, and it was always my dream to come and play here. And a few years ago, I always said to the people that I want to play in England for a few years, and you never expected Manchester was coming. Well, and in Holland everything went very well, and Manchester was. We're having interest, and then you're very thrilled and very happy.
We are an attacking side, and at home sometimes we can get ourselves a little bit exposed. So you have to have top defenders who can play 1v1.
A way to sum him up, not to put him under pressure in any way, but Johan Cruyff, he said that if he was a manager now, he would sign Jaap Stam, then he could play with 9 strikers. So that's telling you how good he is.
There's a few centre-halves here now, so it's keeping everybody on their toes. But that's part and parcel of being here. You've got to accept that you're going to be up against the best players in the country, if not the world.
You spoke to Mark Overmars and Dennis Bergkamp, presumably. What did they say?
Well, you ask him about the clubs and everything, and how the life in England is, and they
said ours is better than theirs, kind of thing. No. Just at the moment.
They also say that Manchester is a fantastic club to play with the people over here and the stadium and the crowd, and well, that made, of course, the choice easier.
He's had a terrific game tonight, Stammer, I think, in defence as well as attack. It's the kind of centre-half a lot of clubs in England are looking for. Big fella, good in the air, can play a bit of football as well.
So you've got somebody like Ronaldo, somebody in that frame, like, you know.
Batistuta for one, Del Piero for another, but where's pennies coming from, you know what I mean? It's as simple as that.
Well, I'd like to see world famous strikers, but whether they come or not is a different thing. If he's going to spend 10 million on a defender, hopefully he'll spend 15 million on an attacker.
You can bring in players from Italy or that, but you don't know whether they're going to perform in the Premiership.
I suppose I'd like to see a winger. There was talk of Chelsea's coming back. I'd like to see him back.
King Cladzer. Without a shadow of a doubt, Georgie King-Clancy.
I think we've probably got the players there, as long as we've got the consistency in avoiding injuries, and I think that's a big thing.
And as one arrives, one leaves. After 11 seasons at Manchester United, a surprise to everybody that Brian McClair was given a free transfer. He was Fergie's first signing. The size of the crowd at his testimonial reflected his popularity. He's been such a major part of the club's recent success. To Choccy, we say, thanks for the memories.
Out to Ryan Giggs. Stepped away from Southgate as if he wasn't there. McClair, beautifully taken. What a good goal! Ian Brightler lost out to McClair. Chance here for Brian McClair. They're closing in, but McClair is good enough.
McClair. Great ball. Kanchelskis. Will he finish? Yes! What a superb ball from Brian McClair.
The thing I always think back on is that when he came here, and he came here in November before I came, that within that period of time, when he came to the end of the season, he said, look, he wanted me to come and sign for United. And to me, there couldn't have been a greater honour to be asked out of anybody, virtually in Europe, even at that particular time, to say, look, come on, I want you to become part of, hopefully, his dream, which became a fantasy, really, of the things that we've won since then.
When they write the great history of Manchester United, what will they say about Brian McClair? What would the entry be?
It'd be nice to get mentioned, I think, that a bit, if there was a point in that was whoever deems that to be appropriate to mention it somewhere.
If you could write it, what
It'd
would you write?
probably be a great big bit about George Best, and then it'll go 20 years later, Brian McClair scored 20 league goals, and that'll be it. And it'll be a great big book about Ryan Giggs, Andy Cole, that kind of thing.
Best is up front. There he is, the defence split. Can he do it? He surely must.
It's in. It's Mo Ryan, the debut boy.
And Phil's full league debut for United came on the last day of the season against Barnsley. Wes Brown, the young centre-back, was also given his first start. And left-back Danny Higginbottom came on as substitute. New names to some of you, big names to look out for.
Sheringham. Goalkeeper doesn't know whether to come and stay. Cole turns his man. Oh, and finishes sweetly. An excellent finish to the finish of the season by Andy Cole. Used his strength and then his instinct. 1-0, United's 100th goal of the season. Curtis to Giggs, to Nicky Butt, looking for the shooting opportunity and finds it. Beats the goalkeeper, who was somewhat lucky to deflect it away with his ankles. Ward, Christoph. Ward again. Oh, cheeky lob, which Van der Hout just about had covered. Danny Wilson's side may be relegated, but he still demands the highest standards possible. Sheringham, measured pass. Giggs with the pace. Back to goal from Cole, and a great save by David Watson to stop Teddy Sheringham. Stayed by the defender, surely Cole! Excellent stop again by David Watson, who's standing between Barnsley and a landslide. But to Curtis. Nicky Butt again. Well-timed run from Sheringham, and a well-taken goal from Teddy Sheringham. Andy Cole scores in the first half, Sheringham in the second. A 39-goal partnership. Great ball, Beckham ball for Manchester United. He's got it.
Head and shoulder from. What a great header. Classic.
Solskjaer with a chance, which is taken quite beautifully. Beckham, goal! Oh, that's rounded off the evening in style.
Old Trafford season comes to an end. Alas, this time there are no trophies to be handed over. There are no prizes to add to the list of honours. But what marvellous entertainment Manchester United provided, not just for their 55,000 regulars here, but for the whole country in season 1997-98. But Manchester United will be there in the hunt for trophies again in a year's time. You can be absolutely certain of that.